You must have heard from a lot of people that getting a job in Canada, especially in IT, is very difficult. But if you have the right skill sets and right interviewing skills, it is very easy to get a job in Canada. I got a job in technology within 1 month after landing in Canada. And now in this video, I'll be sharing all the interviewing tips and tricks which I have observed from my past 10 years of experience in IT. So watch this video till the end. So a lot of time happens that you get an interview call, but you're not shortlisted after the face-to-face interview. So if you take care of all these tips and tricks which I'll be sharing in this video, there are huge chances that you will get selected. So let's start with number one. Let's say you are shortlisted for the face-to-face round. You have submitted your resume. Now next step would be to research about the company, research about the interviewer. So you will have all the details in your email about the company, about the job description, about the person who will be interviewing you. So don't be a stalker on LinkedIn, but make sure that you are gathering some information about the interviewer, what position he was previous to this company and what kind of technology he worked on, so that you will have some idea about on what topics you will be able to talk to the interviewer in the interview. Make sure that you research about the company. If you're going for an interview for a company and they will come to know that you don't know anything about the company, you haven't researched at all, they will not be interested in you, because they want to hire a person who will be passionate about delivering a lot of value in their company, and without knowing the company value, you won't be able to perform. So that is the tip number one. Next tip is to rehearse about the common questions. Let's say the interview asks you what are your strengths and you are lost, you don't have any idea what to talk about, then it will give a bad impression and there are very less chances that you will be shortlisted. So make sure that you prepare all the common questions, rehearse a lot on all the common questions, like what are your strengths, why do you want to change your job, why do you want to apply for these positions. So there are a lot of common questions that you can get from Google, and make sure that you're preparing answers for all those questions and rehearsing a lot, so that at the time of interview you don't look like that you're not prepared enough, you don't have any answer, you just want the job. That's where you are appearing for the interview. So before going for the interview, make sure that you are not overconfident or underconfident. By overconfidence, I mean that okay, this job is related to my technology, which I am expert, so I will be able to crack the interview. No one will stand before me. There are hundreds of other candidates, but I will get this job. So that is overconfidence. Underconfidence is, it doesn't matter, even if I prepare well and I will dress well, I will be confident, still it is very difficult for me to get a job. That is underconfidence. So prepare well, be confident about your skills, be confident about your interviewing skills. Follow all these tips and tricks which I am sharing to stand out before all those candidates which will be there, because for every job position there will be hundreds of candidates who will be applying for that. So you have to stand out. A lot of people take a lot of stress before the interview that I will not get this job in Canada, I will have to survive on my savings and I have to pay rent, I don't have any job right now, I will have to do survival job. Because of all that stress, you lose your confidence. So it is very important that you don't lose your confidence. Just think about why you came to Canada, and after 20 years, 30 years, this interview will matter or not. This will not be a life-changing event, right? Even if you fail in this interview, there are other interviews which will be lined up and you might get that job. So remove that stress from your mind, and that is how you will be able to concentrate on your capabilities and interviewing skills rather than thinking about what will happen if I don't get this job. So that is another tip, will help you a lot. The day of the interview, you need to make sure that you are wearing a formal attire. You're not wearing business casual or casual attire. That makes a lot of impression here, especially in Canada. So you should make sure that you are following a proper dress code and you are groomed very well so that they don't take you casually. The last thing you want to do is to be late on the interview. Make sure that you are planning your trip well in advance. If you're traveling by bus or GO train or TTC, so you need to make sure that you're reaching there before 15 minutes. You need to plan everything. You need to take care of the unforeseen circumstances. There might be delay in the bus or train. So plan your trip in such a way that you're reaching there 15 minutes before, which is way better than getting there 15 minutes after the scheduled time. And when you reach at the company, make sure that you are talking to all the people. Be it someone who is there on the front desk, you are passing a smile, you are talking to them, wishing them. There may be other candidates as well, so do not hesitate to talk to them. That is way better than sitting in the corner just checking your phone and and social media. You can utilize that time to prepare well for the common questions, which I talked about already. So you will have a list of all the common questions. You can rehearse about those questions and utilize your time well, because if you're talking to everyone there, you're giving a good vibe. First, you will be confident, and second, you never know who will be able to give your feedback to the hiring manager, because there are other people who will be observing you, and maybe the hiring manager will also observe you, so it will work in your favor. Just be confident, talk to everyone when you're there at the company. That may work in your favor. Now let's say you are meeting the hiring manager. Be confident, shake hand very confidently. Do not break hand, but it should be very confident handshake. Make sure that you have an open body language, very positive body language. You have a smile on your face. You are making eye contact. You're not staring at him, but you are making good eye contact. And you're not taking this as an interrogation session where he's asking you a question and you have to answer, but you should take it as a general discussion. That's how you will be very confident in the interview. Take it as a general discussion where you are telling him about your skill sets, about your past jobs, about the projects that you have already worked on in previous roles, and at the same time you can gather more information from him about the company, about the job role. That is how you will be more confident instead of considering this as an interrogation session. Now a lot of people think that they get rejected because they don't have a Canadian accent, and other people are getting selected because they have a Canadian, US, UK accent, because English is their first language. If you are thinking that, this is absolutely wrong. There are people who secured very good IT jobs in Canada. They don't have Canadian or US accent. So it is not about accent. It is all about speaking correct English language very clearly, so that they are able to understand and you are able to communicate well when you're working on any projects or you are working with other stakeholders in other countries. I talked about Cambly app a lot, but if you want to be fluent and if you want to improve your English by talking to native language speakers, then you should use Cambly app. Here is a quick demo of it. So you need to install the app from App Store, go to Cambly app, go to Tutors.
Hello.
Hi Amy, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good, good. So why I'm talking to you is because I have an interview next week. So I just want to prepare for that. I just want to be confident. I just want to be fluent in that. And maybe you can take a mock interview. So
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so much fun.
Yeah.
Okay.
So by talking to all these tutors, you will have fluency, you will have more confidence. You can tell them that you have an interview planned, and then you will gain more confidence because they will be able to take your mock interviews. And also there is a special discount for Canada Couple subscribers. So make sure that utilizing the discount link is in the description. That brings me to my next tip, which is a mock interview. Make sure that you're asking your friends or family to take a mock interview, because the more you practice about the common question and other related questions about the interview, you will be more confident, because in the mock interview you don't have anything to lose. So you will be more confident, and when you will face the real situation, there are very less chances that you will fumble or you will not have answer to the question that interviewer is asking you. In the interview, you have to sell yourself to the hiring manager, because he will not hire you or she will not hire you just because you don't have a job and you will have to do a survival job, you're new to Canada, but they will hire you only when they know that you will be able to add value to their organization. Even if you have the skill sets but you're not able to sell yourself, they will not be able to know within that 30 minutes or 1 hour of interview what are your skill sets and how you will be able to help the organization with your skill sets. So make sure that you are talking about all the projects where you have used your skill sets which are needed in that job role. At the same time, you have to make sure that you're not bragging. You're selling yourself with a confidence, but you're not bragging a lot. You're not coming across as an arrogant candidate. So make a balance between a confident person and a knowledgeable person. Now I'm going to share the strategy which a lot of HR recruiter use, because I have been taking interviews in my previous job roles. So I know that strategy. If you use that strategy while answering your question to the hiring manager, there are chances that you will stand out amongst hundred of candidates who are there for the interview. So this strategy is called STAR methodology, STAR. S stands for situation, T for task, A for action, R for result. Whenever you will answer to the hiring manager, your answer should have all those 4 components whenever you are sharing an example. What was the situation? Let's say something was broken. What was the task that you had to perform. Let's say there was a priority 1 issue and you were managing that. So that will be a situation. What was the task? Task was to fix that. How did you fix that? That will be actions. You have taken action by talking to the team in USA, let's say, who are managing all those hardwares and servers. That was the action that you have taken. It was a night time. You have called them, set up a call between all the stakeholders who will be able to fix that issue, and that is the action that you have taken. The result would be that you were able to fix that issue and make everything up and running within 1 hour. So this example had situation, task that you have performed, what was your action, and what was the result. A lot of HR recruiter will not tell you, but they will have a sheet where they will note down the situation, task, action, and result of the example that you are sharing. So this is going to help you a lot. If you have any friend who are in HR, you can talk about the STAR methodology. I always make sure that I am asking the right question in the interview and I'm noting down the answer in STAR methodology. Another very important point when you are in the interview is not to criticize your previous boss or previous company. Because a lot of time in the flow, if you never liked the previous organization, you start talking bad about that company. But you need to make sure that you're not criticizing your previous boss or previous company. That is not what the hiring manager wants to listen. They want to know what are your capabilities and how you will be able to add value in that organization. At the end of the interview, the hiring manager will ask you if you have any question about the company or the job role. So you don't have to act like a dumb person that you don't have any questions. So that will also be another list that you will prepare where you will have all these questions that you will be asking the hiring manager in the end of the interview. Always make a point to ask some question which will help you to gain more knowledge about the company or the job role. You don't have to be a person who will be least interested to know about the job role and the company. So always make sure that you're asking some relevant question at the end of the interview. After the interview is finished, you have shown all your capabilities, you are very confident that you will get this job, but it is very important to send a thank you note as well to the hiring manager or to the HR recruiter. Make sure that once you are back home, whenever you get in, just send a thank you note for giving you time for the interview. That holds a lot of value. So now you just have to wait for the result. If you are selected, which is most likely after following all those steps. If you are not, then you should ask for the feedback. It is in the culture. So whenever you will ask for the feedback, the HR recruiter will tell you that whether the skill set was not matching or what was the feedback about your interview. Once you get the job, make sure that you're sustaining that job. You are giving your 100% to the organization because there is a lot of competition. So you need to make sure that whenever company talks about the top 5 performer, you should be one of them. So all the best. Keep watching our videos and make sure to utilize the Cambly app. That will help a lot. We get a lot of feedback from the subscribers that they have used Cambly app and it surely helped them to improve their English language for IELTS exam or for interview purpose. So till next time, stick around.